So I went to Bed Bath & Beyond, and I got a blue frying pan. A fabulously expensive, like $15 frying pan. And then I go home, and me, I never throw anything out. So I'm standing there, I'm saying, Lynn, throw the fucking green one out. And I'm saying, no. I have these conversations with myself. And I open the cabinet under my sink. Who invented cabinets? Oh, God. Whoever, Mr. Cabinet, I owe so much to Mr. Cabinet, who invented a cabinet where you can have more crap, and yet nobody sees it. And it only bothers you every now and then. You open the cabinet and say, Jesus, I should clean out this cabinet. And then you take everything out of the cabinet and you throw out like one sheet of paper. And then you just shove everything back in the cabinet. I do that. I finally threw out one keyboard 2 weeks ago. I said, if you buy a new keyboard, you don't have to save the old keyboard. But in my mind, I'm always saying, what if I lose my job and I don't have like $20 for another keyboard? I don't know. You say, well, you probably wouldn't have money to have a computer. So, all together. But that's how my mind, so save it. So, I opened the cabinet, and I had finally thrown out a few months ago about 4 boxes of cereal. Now, the expiration date on a box of cereal is usually about 2 years ahead of when you buy it. If you buy cereal now, it probably expires, it says 2008. Well, I threw out, finally, about 4 boxes of cereal a couple of months ago that were expired already for 2 years. So they've been sitting there for like 4 years. Because I went through a thing of eating cereal, then I discovered I think I'm allergic to wheat. I have that wheat thing. There's some wheat thing. I'm allergic to everything. You know what I really believe? I'll tell you something, and I really do believe this. I think they are putting more and more chemicals in food. Now, I know I'm getting older and your digestion gets all fucked up the older you get, but I have discovered the more prepared or like restaurant food I eat, I just get sick. Cookies, cake, I can eat like a couple of cookies. Or bread. Bread, you buy a loaf of bread, it sits there. It never gets stale and it never turns green. I never saw, what do they put in bread? You can buy a loaf of bread. Wonder bread, or I like raisin bread. And you can put it on your counter. You can keep it on your... And 3 weeks... Now, I'm used to... you have a roll in a bag, and you find it 3 weeks later, you... Ew! Oh, God! I'm like, Louis Pasteur, it's green, You can find a loaf of bread. 3 weeks later, it is as fresh as the day you bought it. Well, that is not normal, Food that should turn green doesn't turn green. And since I went on this Chinese food binge over the weekend, I did the same thing I did a couple of weeks ago. I went to my old neighborhood, and I ate lunch in one restaurant, because we had 2 really good Chinese restaurants, and they're like restaurants. Like takeout places where it's all brown sauce on everything. And I ate at one, and then I walked a block to the other one and got takeout. So that way I got some of both. So I ate that. But there is just something in this food. Unless my whole digestive system is going to hell. I don't... Oh, God, Michael Savage got me now I'm going to start taking vitamin C again. Because, he's a nutritionist. Did you know that? He wrote 20 books about nutrition. He's a doctor. He is a doctorate. And he tries never to give nutrition information. But he just went off on this rant the other night. And I had been taking, like, a lot of vitamin C, and then I stopped taking it because then they said, I don't know what it's supposed to give you. Something bad. And then he's yelling about coenzyme Q10. Believe me, I can also make myself sick taking this stuff. How much of this stuff can you take? You're supposed to take stuff for your muscles when you're older, that glucosamine and chondroitin, and coenzyme Q10, and vitamin C, and you can't take everything. Then I read some article about something called like Juvenon. I think that's what it's called. Some famous doctor sells it. I do that, and then you start feeling weird, and then you say, you know what, I'm not taking any of this. I'm not, and you just stop taking everything. Fish oil. All right, now there was some really important story